Should have left the light off. Hey, it's Monday night. Time for the Almanac, our favorite Monday night podcast. We're going to have the poetry of the delightful Miss Susan. We've got more than a few topics to discuss, so why don't we bring out our host now? Ladies and gentlemen, please, Mark Sweetman.
All right, thank you very much. And welcome to the Off Night, episode 292. And be a couple more weeks before it's Sam's birthday. We'll do something special for that. But I'm Mark Sweetman. We try to be here every Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. That'd be 5 o'clock on the Pacific Coast. And if you're in another one of the other 22 time zones in the world, you just calculate, we're Greenwich minus 5. So just remember Greenwich minus 5. So
take the over. Yeah. There you
go.
go.
Anyway, so wait, I know, no, Greenwich plus 5. So it is 5. So it's 10, 8, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, Greenwich time right now. So there we are. Well, wait a minute. I don't know. Greenwich doesn't do daylight savings time. I guess they'd only be midnight now because we go ahead. Oh no, we're behind. We're back to standard. We're back to standard time. They're back to 1 o'clock. Okay, there we go. I get it.
Okay, Mark is lost in the calendar. He's completely.
Absolutely. Let me get my. Hold on. Let me get my banners out here. Here we go. There we go. Episode number 292. Here's our request for you to like us and subscribe to our YouTube page. That helps with people that might be looking for old raggedy ass comics, talking about the events of the day with my young beautiful wife that does her weekly news headlines and rhyme. What else we got here? This is if you want to add your comments to the YouTube page, just go to that address right there. Find the current episode, that streams address. That's all of our episodes. Just look for number 292. That should be on the first page. In fact, it should actually be live on that page right now. I'll go look at it later. That's that one. And then if you'd like to join us and you have a webcam and an internet connection, they recommend that the Chrome browser as being the best browser to use. But if you have any other browser, I suppose that'll work. But that's the one they recommend is the Chrome browser. And join us there. That's the current address to see it. And now it's time to bring out Susan. Oh, I'm sorry. This is my co-host and announcer, Jason Grant. He's a substitute for Andy Jensen, who we all know has another assignment during the holidays, and he's in California.
It says as if anyone can substitute for Andy, but
I tell you, when I walked out, and I walked into that 6-degree temperature today.
Oh boy!
To try to fill a tire full of air that I had. I thought of Andy in Victorville, California, out in the desert.
Loving life.
Oh man, I'm sure he's going. Oh, the Santa suit is so sweaty. Why can't they get me Santa shorts?
I mean, sure, he might have the tattooed offspring of the Bakersfield Yakuza on his knee, but who doesn't look forward to that sort of thing? Really, I mean, I don't even need a holiday for that. Maybe a restraining order, sure, but yeah. I mean, it's my apologies for running a little behind here. It's been just one of those weeks. I fell. Here you go. Old man story here. I fell on the ice about 4 days ago, and I have been in immense pain and suffering. And it's like, remember when we were little and you fall down, you just get up?
Oh, yeah. You just get up, yeah.
What happened?
I fell out of trees, for crying out loud.
Yeah, we climbed trees. We knew we could fall. We went out on limbs, right? People said, don't go out on the limb.
Well, that's what they call it, going out on a limb.
Oh, yeah. Now it's like I'm a Damsky at the Southern Pole there or whatever, crossing the ice pack when I'm like going down, and by going down I mean falling, on the sidewalk out in front of my house, screaming I can't get up, and I'm thinking, oh really? I mean, I've become the commercial. I'm living the meme now, and it's decidedly unpleasant. Kurum, our good friend Kurum,
Oh, I got more. I talked to Kerm today, but let's get Susan out here. Let's do her poem. Let's talk about Kerm after we get Susan out.
Absolutely.
After we get the wonderful Susan out here.
I can't wait to hear her poems because, like I say, this week was packed. I'm gonna.
It was, but it's a short poem this week.
Oh dear.
Well, yeah, we have a lot of activity going on.
We have activities going on that we're not going to talk about.
No, we have plenty. Well, adding
that can wait till next week.
adding to it is car trouble. That's just the perfect time.
Yeah,
to car
with
trouble.
this flat tire and it's been concert season. As you know, I wasn't here last week because I had a concert. I had another concert yesterday.
I went to yesterday's concert.
Another one Sunday. I hope I can make. So I have your poem. Would you like it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna plug something for you after your poem. So let's get Susan out here for Poem Central. Here we go.
Okay, don't blink or you might miss this one.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. December 15th, 2025. Busy news weekend, not sure where to start. There were shootings and deaths. It breaks the heart. The Orange Prez continues to have a slip of the tongue. And Saturday, Dick Van Dyke turned 100 years young. That's your poem.
Thank you.
Now, if I had any production values, I would have come back to the 3-shot here, and I would have been lighting up something, like a pipe or something. something out of character for laughs.
So many shootings and just
well, stabbings this weekend.
Stabbings, mayhem. The Rob Reiner family Christmas special has been canceled.
Yeah. Did you hear Trump's quote on? Rob Reiner?
As a Trumper myself, even I have to say, dear Prez, sometimes
you don't have to be an asshole.
Sometimes you could just dial it back to 7. You don't need to punch it up to I got to tell you, I don't know. A lot of people said a lot of bad things about him, but you're the president, and you should rise above things sometimes. And I think being murdered by a member of your own family is really says it all. That's enough.
Heartbreaking. So
but why does everything have to be about him?
He makes everything about him.
Everything. Rob Reiner getting stabbed by his son is about Trump. I mean,
well, Reiner hated him, right? I mean, Rob Reiner hated.
I hate him too. Does that mean my son can kill me? I mean,
no.
Is that
no? Let me help you out with that. No.
His wife photographed the cover of Trump's book.
Well, and
you would think he'd at least have one nice thing to say.
Exactly. That again, I'm in lockstep agreement. This is one of those times when maybe you should have just shut your effing mouth for just a little bit, let it pass.
He's not going to live. He's not going to live to see any of the repercussions of all this stuff.
No, he's not.
But he's got 3 sons and 2 daughters.
Yeah.
Whose sphincters may never survive.
You're threatening the sphincters of the presidential family, Mark. I don't know. I
know. Well, I guess that means my son can kill me now. So
yeah. Hold on. Let's get the logical flow chart out here.
If any family can say something about gun violence or domestic violence, I think that we have a say now because we have a story. So,
indeed.
Oh, you know what? This was interesting in Australia when they had the shooting. I don't know, what was it, 12 years ago?
At the Bondi Beach.
No, I'm talking about the previous one where they passed all this gun control laws.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Now they have,
now this weekend.
And now they have this one, to which in this country people say, see, it's not guns that kill people. It's people, and they go through the, if there had been no gun control, there'd be somebody to shoot that guy, that kind of crap. But anyway, but over in Australia, now they're talking about even more stringent gun controls than they passed the first time. But
Well,
they don't get a mass shooting every couple weeks over
no,
there. So
but you do
you get
have
them every 12
pictures
years.
of police women running with their hands up. Now, she may or may not have been in an act of surrender, which is what we associate the hands up. It might have been some other thing, but the optics are not very good. And I think something else that is getting glazed over here is that one of the shooters was disarmed by a Muslim immigrant as well, who
Yes,
risked his
yes.
life to go in there to
To
grab
take
a
him
guy
down.
with
That's
to take a
right.
guy
Which would have been
down with a gun.
now according
and
to Trump, that would have been great if you hadn't been an immigrant. You know, if you had just
But
taken
well,
him down
my
without being an immigrant.
understanding is
Why
that
can't we
now
get good native-born Australians to take people down? You know, why does
my
it have to be immigrants?
understanding is that now he's alive and will face the consequences of his behavior.
right.
So,
Well, and so I
so
mean, by the same token, while we go back and forth, let us not forget there's 15 people who were killed during a Hanukkah celebration,
yeah.
and has been my assertion. Whether you love the Jews or not, that's up to you. That's a personal decision you need to make. I assert that after they're finished going after the Jews, we're next.
Who hates the Jews?
Well, the just about everybody these days. I don't know if you've noticed, but I mean,
I know,
again,
but I
I
don't.
brought this up, and
Okay,
I'll tell you this: you
I've
can talk
noticed.
about the.
I've noticed. I just don't understand the logic.
No, neither do I. I do not
As my
either.
poem says, it breaks the heart.
Yes, no, I agree.
And whether or not you believe the Bible or not, God will curse those who curse
Yeah.
Israel and bless those who bless them. So that's biblical.
Well,
Before Hitler, there was Haman. So
it's been going on for a long time. It's not new. But the thing is, and again, I won't speak about the left. I'll speak about the right because there is an unsettling amount of anti-Semitism and anti-Israel. And again, these things are getting conflated. Because I perfectly agree. If Sam were here, in fact, Sam did say this, that you could be pro-Jew and disagree with the politics of Israel, and he and I agree on that entirely. Because
Well,
yeah.
even within Israel, there's Jews who do not agree with their government. Okay,
Mark,
well,
who was the comedian that said, "Why be racist? There's so many good reasons to hate people on an individual basis."
George Carlin. That was George Carlin.
That was Carlin.
That was Carlin. He said, "Yeah."
I think
he said
somebody else also said that.
I think I can find the clip where Carlin.
But I love that line, because it's true.
It's so true.
You can be discerning and and discriminate in a discerning way where you're not discriminating against a people group, but you might be discerning, like you're cautious as you walk to your car through a dark parking lot or something. You want to be discerning and observant of the people around you, but there really are good reasons to hate individuals. So why hate an entire group in society when you can dislike people for being assholes?
Well, when you have
individuals can be.
Again, I will leave you people to decide who you feel on the left may or may not fit this description. That's up to you. I will say that people like Candace Owen, Tucker Carlson, people who've just said and I believe done absolutely reprehensible. Well, when you have Candace Owen, you may not know who she is, but she's on the right wing. She's a blogger. She's this, she's that. But she's like claiming that Mossad was behind Charlie Kirk being shot, and just outrageous, and demonstrably untrue things. Tucker Carlson has also been featuring alternative historians who say, "Oh, the Holocaust never happened," and that only 600,000 Jews were actually killed, and Hitler didn't mean to do all that. And again,
and that's nothing new where they try and whitewash history.
Yeah.
In China, they've tried to make it a fairy tale that Tiananmen
Square happened. Yes.
That it never happened, right?
Exactly. Yes.
And so people are going to do that, about Nazi Germany too. So
yes, and
the moon landing never happened.
Well, that's
whatever you want, you can say it was a fairy tale, but
right. And the thing is, it takes 10 times as much effort to disprove a demonstrable lie. It's a shame, but the same thing again in our modern times. The people say the Earth is flat. There a few years ago that was a big thing. You go, this is just Mark rolled his eyes, but I loved it because it's so true. You to
I've
say
been
something
in an
that's
been in
stupid.
an airplane at 35,000 feet, so
Yes.
I've seen
You know,
I've seen the
and whether
curvature of the
you,
Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
we
Precisely.
were talking about the Bible for a moment there, and whether you believe, the faith and things like that in the Bible, it's also historical, and
Yes,
every archaeological turn of the dirt proves the Bible true. So,
it is being
it's like
alleged.
it's good history that was recorded in antiquity, and whether you take the spirituality or not of the Bible, it's still historical, and you can look at extra biblical history and find that it actually happened.
Yes.
We were talking about Haman, who's in the book of Esther, and the king was Xerxes. And so there's a lot of good history that can fill in some of the blanks that the Bible doesn't even cover.
I used to go out with
So,
a dancer who used the name Xerxes, but never mind that.
but
would you like a little Xerxes?
it
Matter of fact,
doesn't
Your
go
Highness.
well for people who
Mhm.
are haters of the Jews.
No,
It doesn't go well.
but it
So
doesn't go well for the Jews either. And all of this, because again, a little closer to home, the shooter at Brown University was purported to have been proclaiming the Allahu Akbar phrase. And there is an expression that has come up on the right now, which is the shouting Christ is king at Jews.
While you're shooting somebody.
so
No, but while you're harassing and heckling people.
before
Oh,
I leave,
that's from the first chapter of the Book of Thumpers.
Book
on
Book
a
of
happier
Thumpers.
note,
Yes.
um, Dick Van Dyke is 100. He did
100.
not pull a Betty White
You didn't
and
pull a Betty White, thank
take
God.
off before that birthday. So I
Well,
was watching
our
some of
next
the clip shows and tributes to Dick Van Dyke. Amazing career, a very charming man. Whether you like his films or not, you got to admit that he had talent, and he
Mhm.
was charming, and he managed to have longevity in his career.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
won 2 Emmys
I
in his
love
first
seeing
series
some of
and
those
came
old
back.
Dick Van Dyke episodes, and with Mary Tyler Moore. Just that was such a great show.
Who didn't love her dancing around with those little capri pants? Oh my goodness.
I've actually seen the prequel to that where Carl Reiner played the character himself
Right.
before they recast it and reworked it and
Right.
cast Dick Van Dyke. Also very good.
Wasn't
So
Carl a writer for the show? Am I wrong
He
about that?
created the show.
Okay.
yeah, he
It was based
created
on
it, and then he filmed like a few episodes of him playing that role.
Okay.
He
I
was
don't know how many.
he was the head writer on Sid Caesar's show of shows.
Show. Right.
And so
Okay.
when you've got Rob Petrie and Rosemary
Yes.
and who did Maury Amsterdam play? I can't think of the
I
character
can't
that he
remember.
And
played.
Rosemary, that was sort of a breakthrough character too, because you just didn't have female writers.
No.
In fact, that more recent show of Mrs. Maisel, kind of touched on that a little bit, having, being that it's very difficult for female comedian writers to break into the writing gigs. So they were ahead of their time in the Dick Van Dyke Show, having a female writer in the writer's room for.
Well, one of the best writers on Star Trek during the original 60s run was DC Fontana. Now, she was listed as DC Fontana because people didn't want to know that it was a female. I think her first name was Dorothy or something, but she wrote some of the best Star Trek episodes.
Yeah. I mean,
and
George Eliot couldn't get published until she made her name George Eliot.
George Eliot. Yeah. Hey, can you, while you're on the computer there, Mark,
Yes.
the kid who played Richie in the Dick Van Dyke Show, is he still alive, or did Dick outlive him?
Don't know.
Who's the actor that played Richie on the Dick Van Dyke Show? It was Larry Matthews. Well, he was born in 55, so I hope he's still alive.
Well, yeah, he might still be with us.
He age 70. He's still alive.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
He was born in Burbank. Went to UCLA. He's an account executive. He's an account executive for somebody in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Probably has a couple signed pictures from Dick on the wall. You know,
that helps. That helps business. I'm sure.
Maybe a couple from Mary Tyler Moore, because for a time she and her husband owned one of the most productive production companies in Hollywood. MTM. Yeah, that was them.
Yeah.
When Mary Tyler Moore show debuted, she actually owned a piece of that show. You know, that was, again, that was a different thing. I don't know if Carol Burnett owned her show from the Get Out. She may.
I don't know either.
There's Richie in a picture from this year. That's Richie.
Well,
okay. Richie Petrie from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
He has grown up.
Actor Larry Matthews.
Okay.
He looks like he's doing well. He didn't stay in showbiz, but that's good.
Yeah.
So, happy birthday, Mr. Dick Van Dyke.
There you go.
All right. On that note, I have to run. So,
well, I just one suggestion for an offbeat holiday song. One of my personal favorites, written by a Detroit comedian and songwriter. But my personal favorite, which pays homage to one of the Manson girls, Even Squeaky Fromm Loves Christmas. Which you can still find on YouTube. It is my favorite holiday song. Whose refrain is, although this song may grate on the friends of Sharon Tate, even Squeaky Fromm loves Christmas. I would love to hear Susan perform her rendition of Reverend Glenn Mason.
I haven't done that, but I did play my flute in both concerts last 2 Sundays, solo yesterday. And so when our video drops on YouTube, which will be probably by this next weekend, I will be happy to send you a link.
Well, we will look forward to it with great. Wow, this is better than a bootleg version of Nights in White Satin. I love it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, on that note, have a blessed week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for the poem, Susan.
Bye.
And you had to fix a tire in 6-degree weather, man. I've been there. Oh boy.
Oh. And having a chat with Kuram, who's in Costa Rica.
Yes,
which is beautiful this time of year.
He sent me some pictures, and it's like, you filthy bastard. God.
Anyway, he'll be on our December 22nd show.
Oh, our Christmas show.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Well, fantastic. It would be lovely to have him to bring in all of his Pakistani cheer. I'm sure he'll tell us how we do. But I don't want to do his act for him. But it'll be nice to have him on. And again, no one can really replace Andy, but that doesn't stop me from trying at every turn. So.
And of course, by the 29th, Andy will probably be back with us.
Yes.
Because the Santa gig doesn't really go much past the 24th.
No, that's pretty much it.
If you're still doing Santa gig on the 25th, you're the complaint department. At
that point, the police have been notified. There's a
that's right.
Hold on, double entendre at 8:25 for those of us keeping.
All the who's in Whoville are singing.
Yeah, exactly. And sir, you're still in the Santa outfit. I'm sorry, you need to step this way. Now that the wife is gone, we can bring up a less savory subject here. Sharon Moore, former coach at the University of Michigan.
Oh, you know what? I mean, I forgot all about that. I mean, we've had so many other tragic things.
Oh, well, this has actually become like the least tragic thing. I mean, can you imagine?
I know. Again, when you think about it, no, in this one, nobody got shot, nobody got stabbed.
Well, almost that. Well, he grabbed a butter knife and threatened to stab
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, this
I
is
forgot about that.
when you go from being the head football coach at the University of Michigan to cosplaying O.J. Simpson in a mugshot at the Washington County Jail in the course of less than 24 hours.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a fall from grace that just I felt, you know what? He should have no business cheating on his wife. He had no business cheating on his wife with a member of his staff. But I know what it is to be in that lockup, to be wearing uh county clothing and county jewelry and the
Well,
fall
you
from
know what?
grace. And
Well,
it sucks, dude. It sucks.
here is the now. I'm not a Michigan grad,
Hmm.
but I grew up only knowing Michigan from football and
Yes.
basketball, and I wasn't educated there. And I have found, this is not everybody, but I have found that there are just too many Michigan grads
Mm-hmm.
that think because they're Michigan grads that their defecation does not smell.
They're pretty convinced of it. Yep.
Yeah, and so in that sense, I guess I could get a jolly good laugh out of this. But I'm also a Michigan resident and taxpayer,
Mm.
and there's a considerable amount of even if we don't have to give them money, we probably allow them some tax breaks on land and things like that. You
A
know?
few dollars. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So,
and
but there is some support from the state of Michigan. I know we do a lot of the state pays for a lot of the research that's done there. But Michigan, Michigan has become such a huge institution. They've talked before about just taking it private.
well, you
And
can talk. It ain't gonna happen.
yeah,
I mean, you can go right ahead. Talk all you like. Talk amongst yourselves. The thing is that that big block M, a lot of it gets associated with the football team, for better or worse. It's true. I mean, and can you imagine in a matter of a day, you go from a contract where you still have $17 million coming to you to you've been fired on the spot. Security will escort you off the property to
did you
having to go.
did you hear this part of the story?
Well, yeah.
They got no, they no. I'm talking
Oh,
about they
okay.
got the school gets wind of it. The athletic
Yeah.
department, the school. Somebody
Yes.
says your football coach is
Stooping.
perhaps treating this woman that he just gave a big raise to
Yes.
with a little bit more tenderness than he should in his position.
Yes. And then fires her
Well,
summarily.
wait a minute.
Go
So
on.
they cut those. So the left. Now, this is what I heard. The athletic department says, "Why don't you cool it down?"
Yeah.
To the degree that you don't have any relationship with her anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't put his dick in his pants and say, "Okay, I'll tell her it's over." And no, he fires her.
Yes.
She gets fired. So she goes to the school
With
not wanting to be fired.
Yeah.
And says that, well, we've been dinging. So,
well, a couple of things that are adjacent or part of this picture, because you're right. Your
now, did that happen? Because that's what I heard.
Pretty much, but there's a few other things that need to be plugged into this. She is the daughter of one of the chief scout for the Chicago Bears. Okay, so she comes from a family that is plugged into professional football. Okay, again, these people all know each other. They are all friends. They may not love you, but and this had been investigated, and they both went to Ward Manual and lied through their teeth and said, "Nope, nothing going on. Absolutely nothing." And you're right.
Both, the coach and
the coach, and well, I mean, she was making 90 grand a year. I mean, but yeah, he went a little nuts. She cut it off, and then he goes really nuts. And it was Daddy who apparently dropped the dime, because and when you're the chief scout for the Chicago Bears, media people, donators, people to call, how to make the penny drop, and amongst other things, they find is the delivery for the Plan B abortion pill delivered to the coach's office by a DoorDasher.
Beautiful.
So yeah, exactly. So now you're paying for her abortion, and then after you get dismissed, you end up breaking into her house and threatening her with a butter knife, saying your blood is on my hands and I'm going to kill you and I'm going to kill me.
Wow. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
No, and
That's not a good
at
idea.
that at that point, yeah, I mean, you've taken a bad day and you really have amped it up several notches. You could have
Now,
just
as
got home.
yeah,
I would have stopped by the Target on the way home to buy a bunch of cheap china for the wife to throw at me, because the expensive stuff, we might need that. We might have to sell that. So
right.
here's the cheap china. You just throw that at me, hun, and we'll figure this out. Because when they dismissed him with cause, okay, no payment on the contract, but you know what? They ballyhooed that he's the first black coach at a big university, at the big, and he is. And they could have behind the scenes
What
said,
about Mel? What about Mel Tucker? Mel Tucker.
well, Michigan's
Same thing.
considered certain. Yeah,
Same thing happened to Mel Tucker a couple of years ago.
I would argue that Mel Tucker was set up. I don't know. I can't prove it. I think that he was sent. Someone sent her in there to But you know what? Mel Tucker was tugging on it on the phone. Apparently, Coachy Coach was taking it a few notches further than that. If you're buying the Plan B pill, I mean,
Coachy
again,
coach.
we can draw your own conclusions. But I'm saying if he just walked home that day, took some lumps, issued a statement saying how sorry he was, and I'm going to withdraw from public life for a little while I work on my family, right?
Right.
Maybe his lawyers could have negotiated a little going away prize for him. A little, it's because, listen, you want us to go away, we're going to go, but we need a little something to help us leave, you know? I mean, what's a couple $1 million at this point? And the university would be like, yeah, you're right. We want this to end now, today. Instead, he's busted after
Yeah.
breaking into her apartment, getting thrown in jail. His mugshots all over the
I'm sure
internet.
there are plenty of Michigan law school grads that are thinking, "Oh, if I could have only gotten to him first."
One of the top. Oh, exactly. Exactly. It'd be like, look, we'll get you a bottle of liquor. We'll rent your room at a Motel 6 that's soon to be torn down. You know, you can have a little 3-day bender. No one's going to know the difference. And then, yeah, you make a little statement that you're off to rehab of some kind or another. And then 2 years from now, you're the line coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. At least you're making 450 to 600 a year. At
Right.
least, you know,
Yeah.
this
He'll never
way,
he'll
the
never work
way,
again.
no, absolutely. It's over. He's going to be lucky to get a job where, midnight shift at the 7-Eleven somewhere in Elyria, Ohio. I
Yeah.
mean, just, oh, hey, Mark, if you could excuse me for just one moment. I'm German, so I got to go turn the ovens off. I'll be back. It's a
All right.
bad, oh,
I'll
do
talk
you,
to I'll talk to Carol Kane and Bill Murray while you're gone.
I'll be right back.
Well, when you get back, we can talk about my little Happy Holidays logo that I put up there. I couldn't find a Merry Christmas one, so not that it matters to me. I just wanted to have something up there other than the StreamYard. What is that logo? Whatever they call that thing, the trademark. Anyway, so we're halfway through the off night. Hey, let me do a few things here. Let me put these back up here. Episode 292. We've been doing this since April of 2001. Oh no, April of 2000. Yeah, it was the pandemic, the COVID pandemic. So April of 2020. So when we started this, we do it every Monday night at 8:00. Our next one on the bill here. This is where you. That's the address you go to, youtube.com/@theoffnight. Go ahead, click like on the one that you're watching right now, and go ahead and click that subscribe button.
And
All
very
subscribe
soon,
does is putting into your YouTube recommended. So when we come up with a new one, that'll pop up on your YouTube feeder. Also helps if
soon
people are
we will
looking at.
have a donation button. We will, Mark. We're going to have a
Good.
donation button so
Sounds good to me.
that we can monetize this, even if YouTube doesn't. So you people can reach deep into your wallet. This is no time for short arms and deep pockets. This is a time for you to reach down and help us out.
Here's the link if you want to add comments to this show. And I need a better button to show me. We had a comment last week or the week before, and I didn't see it because
Oh no,
it doesn't pop up where I thought it would pop. Now, when people come in and want to be on the show and they bring their camera and stuff like that,
yeah.
or when we have guests that come in, that shows up. I see that.
Okay.
But I really have to be looking for the sign on my dashboard that changes colors when there's a question to go up on.
Well, we can
the
announce to our fan out there that we are looking to actually retain the services of a studio and to doing some capital improvements, because we've been doing this for a while and we all are behind it, believe it or not. We laugh, we chuckle, but we enjoy coming out here and talking to you folks, and we're going to do some things to hopefully in the coming year, just sort of improve the technical aspects. The content, well, ah, getting back to Coach Moore. More, and again, all this happens, and then in a matter of 48 hours, this gets blown off the headlines, and the rest of the sad news of the world comes in. So there's someone at the athletic department going, "What, a mass shooting in Australia? Thank God."
I think the Brown University shooting came before the Australia.
Well, that's getting completely swept under the carpet, and
they haven't now that one. We don't have Cash Patel going out and saying we found a guy for that one for some reason.
Well, getting angry because he's getting fitted with a girl's vest. I don't know if you heard that or not. But
yeah, that's a great one.
Cash
everything about him is great. How about flying his girlfriend around to all her concerts?
I love it.
What's great about that? What's great about that is all the booking agents saying, "Well, you know what? If we book her, we won't have to pay for the transportation because the FBI lead will fly her wherever we need her to perform." So,
oh my God, who's his girlfriend? Is this just was like
she's a country singer from Nashville,
and she's going out with Cash Patel.
Yes, and I think she's a country singer, and I think she's a co-ed at Vanderbilt too. Or whatever school. What's the other school in Nashville? Is there another school? I think Vanderbilt.
I mean, who knows? I mean, anything with indoor plumbing and electricity is considered as upper education and
higher education.
Have I spoken poorly of our dear friends from the South? I know that I'll never work. Okay, Mark, you worked all over the country. How did you work down south? I mean, other than Miami?
Absolutely. As I used to tell people, the touring company at 42nd Street did not make it to Mobile, Alabama. We were about, if you wanted any type of theatrical experience, you went to the local comedy club. There was no. The big play down there when I was touring down there was Greater Tuna. Have you ever heard of Greater Tuna?
And it sounds like a Jefferson Airplane album from like '69.
Let me see. Hold on. I think it. Let me see if I can find it. The play production, Greater Tuna. Greater Tuna was the most produced play in the United States.
Oh my God.
That's by Justin Williams, Joe Sears, and Ed Howard.
While you're there,
it has two actors playing over 20 eccentric characters in the fictional town of Tuna, Texas. Everywhere I went in the South in the 80s, that play was playing. It was two actors playing 20 characters. I mean, how could you go wrong? There's no sets. You're not going to build sets for that. Everything's done in front of a curtain,
I want to relaunch the play that Bob Crane used to perform when he was out there performing. He had a play that he did that got him around, and apparently he did run into one really bad review. So I don't know if
is this true, or you just
no? I'm dead serious. I mean, he had
we're gonna find it then. What's the name of the play that Bob Crane toured with? Boy, this one's taking a while. Wow. Google's really thinking on this one.
Well, maybe ask Bob Crane biography. That might, But yes, he did have a touring play that was his raison d'etre at that point in time.
Was it the play he was in when he died?
Yes.
I'll say what the play he was in when he died. That'll help.
There you go. Yeah. sort
All
of
right,
a
here we
method actor, or one could say
go.
rhythm method actor,
Yeah.
perhaps.
An organ grinder, is that what you call it?
Well, yeah.
Oh, shoot, what's wrong with my...
Apparently, he ran into one Denny's waitress too many. Um,
Oh, I thought it was a Tiger Woods was the waitress Denny's guy.
well, there might be more than one waitress. But yeah,
There's definitely
Dan.
more than one Denny's.
Well, yeah, 1,000 Denny's, 1,000 stories, sir. I mean, not that you would know any of them, because we know that you were
Because tonight has
you
1,000
yeah,
Denny's
Denny's.
and 1,000 Denny's.
You and Sam were probably in the back of some Denny's somewhere, holding court and watching the denizens drift in and out, and figuring out a way to do 5 minutes on them with the next set.
Beginner's Luck was the name of the play.
There you go. I mean, I would love to restage Our American Cousin, but no one would get the joke. So yeah, I got roasted by one of our.
It was at the Windmill Dinner Theater, so Bob Green's career was doing well.
Yeah, it was. He had after doing, I think he did. I want to say Ghost Dad, or that may have been.
He purchased the rights. He owned that play.
Yeah, he owned the play. Yeah, that it was his production, and he was touring
its star, its director.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he had.
I'm sure they must have done a movie about this. I'm sure they must have done a movie about this already.
There is. It's called Autofocus. With was it Greg Kinnear?
Man, he died
playing Bob Crane.
Died at the age of 49 of homicide.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
they thought that he'd been shot with a shotgun. It's like, no, it was just someone really, really, really mad at him. I mean, really mad. And so yeah, we've been making jokes about him ever since. I mean,
his friend John Henry Carpenter was tried for the murder, but was acquitted. And the case remains officially unsolved.
Yeah, people believe that Mr. Carpenter was, but again, a jury said no. So I don't want to. Now, in the movie, his friend John Carpenter was played by Willem Dafoe, who is notoriously.
He'll kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
That guy, you're a goner. You're a goner now.
Yeah,
you got William Dafoe against you. Forget it. You're gone.
It's not going to work out so good for you. There's no doubt about that.
Did you ever see the William Dafoe film where he plays a manager of a transient motel in Florida?
No, I love it though.
Oh man, it was a great film. Let's see if I can find it.
I love the fact that Dafoe, I mean, and this is going back to the early part of his career, was willing to say of himself that he thinks of himself as being not traditionally handsome, because he's right.
Willem Dafoe plays a manager of a transient motel.
I mean, he's got a face like a clenched fist. I mean, I'm sure he's done well romantically. I doubt that he has to sleep alone too terribly often.
Well, when he was younger, he wasn't. It's just he's just aged poorly. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but like you say, he was not a good looker. He was not Mickey Rourke.
Oh God, there's another one.
He aged kind of poorly. Yeah. Pity. I mean, because in the remember him in the Pope of Greenwich Village, which is a much better movie. I mean, people don't remember it, sadly. That also has Eric. Oh, what's his name? His sister's in the business too. Yeah.
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts. Yeah, Julia's brother. Yeah, and yeah, a good semi kind of. It's not really a mob movie, although there's a mob character. And again, one of those sort of New York slice of life.
Oh, you know what? We talked about this during the week. You sent me the link to Midnight Run, and I said, let's watch it, do a review of it. Yeah. All right, here's what I found out about it.
Yes.
I think the studio was Universal. Who did Universal want instead of
Charles Grodin?
Instead of Charles Grodin, do you know who they wanted?
Oh God, wasn't it? It wasn't Robert Redford, was it?
You're not close, but
Okay.
That sounds good. I like that, but you're not even close.
No, I'm not even close. I know. I mean, but
not even close.
De Niro held out for Robin Williams. It was Robin Williams.
Yeah, okay, that is one of them.
Yeah.
But not the one that I uncovered.
And well, we await your
Cher.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Martin Brest, the director, said
Yeah.
he did not want to do a whole rewrite to
Yeah.
make the character female.
Right.
But they wanted Cher. They wanted to. This is a chance to get Cher and Bob De Niro together, because at the time Cher was a big deal. You know, she was starring in all kinds of
Academy Awards.
she was in kinds of hits and everything. So
right.
They wanted Cher to play Charles Grodin's part.
Well, I was explaining to my nephew that that movie is kind of a dinosaur in the sense that even like the casinos in the background, because it's lavishly shot. It had a good production budget.
Yes,
but a
had
lot of people,
stars in it. It had a lot of
stars in it who are no longer with us.
Right.
Yaphet Kotto's gone. Charles Grodin is gone. Dennis Farina, who's amazing as the mobster, is gone. But like in the background, the Dunes Hotel sign is still there, which we know is gone. And
yep.
You know, I mean,
the Riviera is gone now.
It's gone, and and it has guys in it like Joey Pants, and a lot of these actors, it's sort of like various bottle segments, like Farina and Joey Pants. Most of that stuff was probably done over the course of a couple of days, and then their scenes are cut into the movie. Again, the chemistry between Grodin and De Niro is, I think, fantastic. Especially when they're on the plane and he says he can't fly, and then
later in the film,
he's a pilot.
Later in the film, he's a pilot. He's trying to steal a plane.
Yes, yes. I mean, but the thing is, this kind of movie, this sort of buddy film, was obsolete in 2 years, because in 2.5, 3 years, Tarantino would release Pulp Fiction, and everything just kind of movies have never quite been the same after, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction.
Well, the thing about Tarantino films is great is he jumbles up the timeline.
Yes.
I mean, that is just great storytelling, to be able to do that and take audiences along with you. I love that.
Pulp Fiction is a kind of buddy film, in the sense that Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta. And you're right because John Travolta is killed at one point in the movie.
Yeah.
But his storyline continues.
Yes.
Even though, because we're telling in flashback.
Yeah, and those aren't the first ones. Those are films that were done in 88 and 92.
Yeah.
But before that, in 76, we had Woody Allen doing that in Annie Hall.
True.
About how you had this not the linear storyline.
Yes.
Where things jump back and forth. I don't know. I just think that's very clever writing.
Annie Hall went so over my head when I was a kid. When I was 16, 15 when it came out. And then having recently seen it and just seeing just what a brilliant gem of a movie that is, and how well thought out. I mean, again, even Sleeper, where he's got the guy's nose. I've got your leader. Because they want to clone the nose and.
Oh, that one line where he just walks up to that couple in the village and he says, "How do you keep the romance alive?" He goes, "Well, I like to take her out for movies and some romantic meals." And she goes, "I have a large vibrating egg."
Exactly.
That was Shelley Hack, by the way. The actress in that scene was Shelley Hack.
Oh God. Again, another.
That was the same movie where he pulls Marshall McLuhan out of the line at the theater.
Exactly. You have no idea what mind works in.
Yeah, exactly. And Marshall McLuhan screws up the line, but they didn't do a retake because Woody Allen doesn't do retakes,
Yeah, and it was oh God, the part in Sleeper where he finds the VW and it fires right up. And it's like, well, they really made these cars back then. He was on a streak. I can't believe he just had a birthday. Woody Allen's like in his 90s.
December 1st, he was 90.
My God.
He'll be the next guy we'll talk. He'll be the next guy we'll be talking about living to be 100.
Keith Richards is the baby. He just turned 82.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mel Brooks has to make it to June, I think, of next year to make his 100.
yeah. And
Let us hope.
God, Mel and you didn't spell not on the keyboard, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh no, not the good keyboard.
Yeah, the brand new one. I don't
Yeah,
even know what it is.
The oh dear. Well, okay. Just is that the one? Is that the keyboard for the iPad?
No. This is
Thank God.
This is the keyboard where I do all the special screwing up of the show.
Oh, and where you work as an accountant for a Colombian drug lord. Yeah.
That's right.
So I thought Midnight Run again. It's a buddy film. It was made on a budget of $30 million, which in 1988 was a lot of money. Nowadays, that would barely buy you, I don't know what, 15 minutes worth of computer generated effects. It's not even the same. Not even close. And
No,
of
you'll be
course,
happy to hear that Susan's poem covers up your keyboard, so it's always it's always protected. So,
but protected by Susan's poetics. I love
protected
that.
by Susan's poem, yeah.
Well, as it should be. So there is that. So, for next week, I don't know. We should probably do something holiday themed. I like A Clockwork Orange, but maybe.
The Redford Theater was showing White Christmas all weekend.
Okay, it's a cliche and everything, but when you watch that movie, it is so good.
It is.
Except for the one scene that I don't get, it was cut in. That's the one where they have like the Danny Kaye, and it's sort of like a jazzy 50s thing, and it's like I'm not getting this.
I'm sure it was Danny Kaye wants to do a jazzy thing. All right.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Give him one scene. Is that what it's going to take to get him to do it for less than 100,000?
Which I wish we had Sam here so he could tell us if Danny Kaye was a Fagalo or not. Sam would know, and he would have a story.
That's right.
Of Danny, the time he met Danny Kaye coming out of the gay bar in the Bronx, that Sam was working right next to, or something along those lines. So, we do miss our friend. We're going to have a special sort of little sizzle reel of some of the best of Sam and some of his antics and whatnot. And again, hats off to you, Sam, wherever you are, that even when you were in the plethora of recovery homes and whatnot, you were still angry and bitter, no matter who was sitting there on the other side of that curtain, and sparing them not even a little bit. We have to appreciate the verve.
One of the things, I mean, as vervy as he was on our show, he would call me during the week, and you could tell his hand was over the phone receiver because he would be saying, "Oh my God." Like, I'm going to kill this. I'm going to kill this motherfucker that's next.
God!
I think sometimes he was irascible just because he didn't want to share a room. He always wanted a private room, and so he'd say, "Aren't you dead yet?" Shit like that. Well, usually it was the other patient's wife that wanted him out of the room. Get him out of here.
And the last few months could not have been easy. You could tell the man was happy being sort of the king of his neighborhood, going out and holding court and whatnot at the various. You and Susan gave a wonderful description of going and visiting him in New York City and going out for a little lunch somewhere. And
I called him the king of New York. Everywhere he went, he held court.
Yes.
It was like, he was not a big man.
Right.
He was if he was 5'3", I don't even think he was 5'3". If he was 5'3", he was a giant, but he'd go through the subways like he was a linebacker for the Giants or something.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Sue likes to tell the story of on our way out of town. He says, "Yeah, let's go have lunch." And so he takes us to this deli. He says, "You know what, you guys? I'm kind of bush. You guys order me this. So we go up to the counter. It's one of those places where there's no table service. You go to the counter, and you get it in that basket. You get in that deli basket.
Yeah.
The sandwich, the pickle, the drink,
the pickle with the toothpick.
By the time we get to the back of the seat that we left Sam at, there's now tables and chairs in a semicircle around him.
Around him.
Oh,
while
and
he's
he is just,
performing for the crowd.
oh, you're from Toronto, and then he would tell a story about when he worked in Toronto and the places he knew. Is this still there? Is that and they were just like, yeah, everybody was old home week with him, no matter where they were from. He knew something about that. It's kind of like, oh, Toronto area code 406, stuff like that.
I would
great.
really hope that after you reach out to the missus and maybe his daughter, they'll consent to coming on sometime, because it would be fun to hear their viewpoint. They were kind of on the other side of that screen, while that was going on.
I think what we might have to do is make it at their convenience, and
Well,
then
sure.
then you and Andy and I get together,
Right,
and record that show ahead of time.
Well, maybe just have you talk to them. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we could do that too.
Because again, they don't need our interference per se.
Yeah, that's true. They don't really know you anyway. They know
No.
Susan.
Right. Just make it a little more comfortable that way for him. I mean, look, everyone knew he wasn't. I mean, Sam, I don't know. He probably figured he was going to live forever. But I mean, it's one of these things. I just found out
when we talked to him on Monday, he was not planning to die on Wednesday. I guarantee.
No, he was not. No. Yeah. I mean, I just found out that a friend of mine has been diagnosed with not prostate yet, but pancreatic cancer.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
that is the worst.
Nobody's
ever survived pancreatic cancer.
Number one.
By the time they find it, it's already too late.
It's already too late. He's getting some surgery done to help open up some stent, to do some things that will give him some time. That's all it will do. Yeah. It will give him a little time. I mean, and being a snarky gay dude like I am, he's like, I'm not dead yet. Don't talk to me like I'm a corpse. So I mean, you know how gay people are. Even when we're checking out, it's like, I know you're over here because you just want to check out the wallpaper because you think this place is going to be on the market in 3 months. Well, I'll tell you. I'll let you know when I'm leaving. So
there was a guy from New York. He was on the Howard Stern show for a while. God, why can't I think of his name? Oh shit. Jackie Martling.
Jackie the Joke Man.
Jackie the Joke Man. I worked with him. I worked with him in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and we stayed in a comedy condo. You've probably heard the term comedy condo before.
I have.
They put you in they buy a condo, and they pay a housekeeper, and that's cheaper than putting 3 or 4 comics a week in a hotel.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you live with people, so you get to see people in their underwear and in the nude, and you get the idea of what their living habits and their eating habits and their drug habits are, everything. But Jackie the Joke Man Martling had a list, like 18 pages, and he says, "Go ahead, read through these, enjoy them, and then add to it, please." And the list was things you should or should not say at a funeral.
I like it.
There were some, I can't remember the one I added, but there were some that were like, "Do you know of any job openings?"
Oh, yes, we that's
he never looked. He never looked this good alive.
Yeah.
He looks he looks so good. Yeah, he never looked so good. Anyway, it was. Everybody was like, it was just. I thought it was everybody that worked with Jackie the Joke Man Martling, and it's stuff that he never did in his act. He never did it on the radio. It was just something between the comics that we all kind of. It was almost like our road version of the Aristocrats. The
Aristocrats, yes. I still appreciate Dennis Miller saying that he was clipping his toenails in one comedy condo, and a few months at another comedy condo, he sees toenail clippings, he picks it up and it fits, and it's like, that sounded like the road. I miss it, the fact that we used to have comedy. Well, I guess we still do in Ann Arbor, but there's always someone rolling through and whatever, and coming up and getting a TV show, or I mean, and sadly now, in this modern age, I don't know. I mean, we've seen a lot of open mic stuff that, well, and as an open micer, yeah, that's me. I mean, I at least try to be somewhat amusing.
We've done our hour, Jason, and
oh dear,
I have to pick up my son at work, so we're going to say goodnight for the night. Thanks for joining us. All of our reminiscences, the things that happened in the week, the things that happened in the past, Susan's poem. It's the same every week. If you want to join us, give me a call, send me an email,
send money,
put a comment on this YouTube, this page, because everything we put out there is on YouTube. It stays out there until they tell me I got to get rid of it, but so far they haven't. Just put a comment on that. I get a notification anytime somebody puts a comment on any of our videos. So just let me know that you want to do it. Whatever, good, bad, any comments about the production values. You'll notice it says host and unqualified tech advisor down at the bottom. Anyway, got to run though. Thanks for joining us. Right. We'll see. Wait a minute. I might as well go out with my music since I got it here.
The music?
There we go. This isn't the one that we commissioned your friend to do. This is one this is a duty free music that I used to close the show.
God, I used to love when I get duty free. Never mind that. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
We'll see everybody next week. You made it about from week.
Our special guest star.
That's right, special guest star. Hey, Andy, if you're watching this, give us a
absolutely.
We'll record it.
Feel free to drop it on your break.
Bye.
All right, Mark.